I spent a lot of time from elementary school to junior high school, and college studying music, getting scholarships, trying to achieve the highest level of music that I possibly could. And just because I studied music and I was really a music addict and I got all of these scholarships and different things like that, that is not what taught me how to be a music and record producer. It was these things that I'm about to tell you guys about in this video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my home studio. I am Archie Beats and I am here to help. And do you guys want to know how I taught myself to produce music like this? And if you want to know how I learned to film compose and compose pieces like this,
Yo, what's happening, blood cuz? You out here to see tongues?
what? Or like this. Well, just stay tuned because you guys are about to find out in this video. Let's go. When it comes to music production or film composing, whatever you guys are doing out there as far as creating music, you have to take that leap and learn as much as you possibly can. For me, I did 5 things that I can tell you guys that helped me learn to do those things that you guys just heard in the beginning of the video, how to produce, how to film compose, and they basically work together. Also, before we get started, who is your favorite producer, or who are your favorite producers? Comment them below. I want to see something. I want to learn as much as I possibly can about you guys. But before we get started, if you guys are interested in anything that you've seen in my home studio, be sure to check it out below. I have everything listed down there. And I also have other pieces of gear that could possibly help you on your creative journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss another video. And especially if you guys are into music production, the latest music tech that's coming out. We'd even do producer day in the life vlogs so you guys can see how my day is set up as far as producing and film composing, how I work and do all those things. So you guys definitely want to hang through for that. We're not going to really just drag this video out. We're going to get right into it. The first thing, to teach myself music production, you want to listen to a lot of music, a lot of different music. Like I said, it helped when I did music, but it wasn't the kill shot that I did music and I played music and all of that. When I learned how music sound and how people enjoyed that music, it gave me an idea of like, okay, this is the type of instrument people like. So if I could play it, I could play it. If I could program it, I could program it. And that's how I did that. But you do want to focus in on the genres that you want to produce. That's really important. It's always good to know other genres, but when you learn a specific genre and you get really strong at it, artists really like that. And managers like that, record labels like that. Trust me, I've worked in record labels. You guys know the story from Interscope to you guys know. But it just makes you, it builds that strength, and you just know the exact instruments that will appeal to artists. And me personally, I used to love working in the studio with artists because that's when you really got the insight on what they like. And most artists really like the same instrument. Not to say that it is cliche, but certain instrument projects a certain sound that appeal to certain people. The second thing that I did to teach myself music production is I homed in on my favorite producers. At the time, it was Timbaland, Rodney Jerkins' Dogchild, Pharrell Williams, Quincy Jones, the master himself, and I studied them because I enjoyed the music that they made. So I saw what gear they use, saw their process, saw the relationship that they had with the artist and how they created. Because like I said, I'm a fan of working in the studio with the artist, which is why I really like the music side of film. What I do, the film scoring, the film composing, is because I work with the actual storyteller, the director, the writers, the editors, and it's a fun process because the project is married when it's final. You know, you guys work together on, you collaborate, just made something really beautiful. And that's why I enjoy film composing, because that element of music production that people don't really execute anymore, well, people work in the studio, it's still preserved in the film world. So that's why. What really did it for me was when Jay-Z dropped Fade to Black. Well, I watched it years after it came out. But when I saw him in the studio with Timbaland and how they worked together and how they created together, that was like everything. I was like, I really want to do that. That's awesome. Like they felt the music, they felt the beat, Timbaland felt the way Jay-Z recorded. Jay-Z felt Timbaland beats. And of course, I've heard like Missy Elliott stuff in there that Jay-Z didn't pick. It's a really cool thing to see. So if you guys haven't watched Fade to Black, go back and check it out. And also at the time when I first started, it was this cat, Ryan Leslie, really smart, intelligent guy, really talented guy, play a bunch of instruments, really, really cool. I actually align with producers like that plays instruments and mic things up, do the engineer thing, know how to do all the thing, walk through the studio, know their way around the studio. And Ryan Leslie, it's older videos on YouTube to where he would, you know, mic his stuff up, record his stuff, show the production process. And it was the first time you actually saw that. And I thought it was really cool because when you like Timbaland, you kind of see the output of it and you'll see him hit a few drums and stuff like that. And it, with Ryan Leslie, really changed. The other thing is that new companies now like Hennessy are showing, you know, the modern day producers showing like DJ Mustard and their recording process, their beat making process. And it's kind of cool to see. So it's a lot of resources on the internet for you to study your favorite producers. It's not to emulate what they sound like. It's just that if you are a fan of sound, you're a fan of a certain sound, study it. Study the person that's making that sound, and then you will always be inspired and influenced by people. So why not be inspired and influenced by the people that you actually enjoy their music and their production process? Does that make any sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Don't emulate them, study them. Now, the third thing I did to teach myself music production is I spent a lot of time learning programming, learning a DAW. I learned the crap out of Logic. When I went to engineering school, I learned the basics of how to use Logic and got my hands on it because it was extremely expensive. Logic Studio was $1,000 at the time when I was in school. Then they brought it down to just one Logic for $299, like or something like that right now. I purchased it and haven't purchased it since because Apple does really well and give you all the upgrades for free, which is really cool. Logic is just straight. I like Logic. So I haven't had to purchase Logic since about 2000, maybe 13 or 14, something like that. When they did the transfer, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, guys. Do not quote me on this. So I just learned the crap out of it. I didn't know how to really create music. I knew the basic stuff about it because in engineering school, you learn how to record, you learn how general MIDI, do stuff like that. You just learn the basic stuff. But when I sat there and I implemented my music, I had time to, when I purchased it, I had time to implement like how to create music on it. That was the most important thing that I could have ever done, is to learn the programming, learning that DAW. Last week I spoke with my friend. She's a really awesome composer. She's amazing. As a matter of fact, she has a short dropping on Disney Plus. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. It's a short. And let me tell y'all what it's called right now. It's called Launchpad, and it's a short film collection. Y'all just watch it, tune in. It's called Launchpad once again on Disney Plus. It's coming out May 28th, not March, May 28th. So y'all be sure to tune in and check that out. That's awesome. I'm excited about it. I told her I was excited about it. But anyway, when we got on a subject about a composer that she was working with. Some of the stuff is done, really small amount is done in the studio as far as on the side of a DAW. Most of it is done by an orchestra, an orchestrator, an arranger, the composer. They print out the sheet music, they conduct it, they give all the instruments their job and what they have to do, and the conductor comes in and they record it, and they, and that's how it's done. It's scored to picture, it's fitted to picture. And I said, it's crazy how great this music sounds. I was like, how many instruments? And she said, well, one thing that I've learned under a composer, certain composer, is I got really good at programming. And what programming means is within the DAW, you actually are playing the instruments and just making it sound good, using your envelopes, your reverbs, your crescendos, your levels, your just giving it that feel. For example, the modulation, the legato, the slurs, like all these things, it makes it feel real, it makes it sound real. Learn that programming, y'all, because even now film composers, you think these are like instruments. They are real instruments, especially East West that I use. It's real instruments. They just recorded it and programmed it on the keys, and it works. It sounds amazing. All of my stuff is pretty much done at home in the studio. The fourth thing, this is how I taught myself music production. Anybody that talked down on music production, I completely separated myself from that person. It could be a family member. Unless it was something cordial with family, you have to be really positively motivated to stay in this and to be in this. And people can really, especially people that you're close to, can really talk you out of it and talk you down. And that's really harmful to when you're trying to execute. Like it's hard, man. It's really hard, but it's worth it once you learn it and you dive deep into it. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It's difficult, but everybody can do it. I've seen people come from non-music background become the most successful person in music, and they still don't really know music like that as far as the theory behind it, but they know how it feels. They know how to make it. And that's from being in a positive environment and creating a positive ecosystem, which is what I'm trying to create on my channel, is a positive ecosystem for you guys out there. And you guys, we kind of trading off the energy, and you guys throwing the positive energy back into it. And we have this ecosystem to where everybody believes in themselves and everybody can do this, because that's one of my goals when I start. That was one of my goals and still is when I started this YouTube channel, and as I continue to post and continue to create videos for you guys. So it's very important for you to create a system that foster your progression when it comes to learning music production. And the last one, it took me about 5 years to learn this, and when I did that, my whole production skills just shot through the roof, as I learned to have freaking fun. I didn't do it for money. I know a lot of you guys probably do it for money. Production is a new business, and you can just put beats up and you can sell them and lease them out and do all of that. Hey, I respect your hustle. Keep doing it. It's not for me. That's why I don't do it. So learn to have fun with this. Have fun with it. You can do it for money, but create things that you enjoy and sell it. But just enjoy yourself, and that positive environment will make the enjoying process a lot easier. You just sometimes have to isolate yourself. You have to isolate and create something that a lot of us don't want to do, but in many cases we will have to do that. But that's what you do, just have a lot of fun. Well, I really do appreciate you guys for dropping by my home studio and hanging out with me today. I hope you guys got a lot of valuable information out of this video. If you guys like my studio and my new look, give me a thumbs up and comment below what you like about it the most. I done changed up the lighting. We got some other stuff coming. I even got my, I got a gimbal now, y'all, so we can finna get some cool shots. And I'm excited about it. So you guys just don't forget to, man, just have fun, create, learn as much as you possibly can. You can teach yourself. It is possible. Don't give up, keep going. Don't forget to be great and create. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video. And also follow me on Twitter at Archie Beats. Y'all know I follow my family back, and we have a lot of fun on Instagram. Y'all know that, and Twitter. But yeah, don't forget to do those things. And you guys, don't forget to be great and create. This is your boy Archie Beats, and I'm signing off.
Archie Beat on the beat, yeah.